Life has been an exhausting whirlwind, with both my husband and I juggling demanding jobs that left us drained to the core. The weight of responsibility pressed upon our weary shoulders, leaving us yearning for a break that seemed forever out of reach. It had been weeks since we had a moment to ourselves, let alone quality time together as a couple. The sun had set as we sat at opposite ends of our worn out couch. The silence between us was palpable, heavy with unspoken frustrations. Another late night at the office, huh? I missed you today. How was your day?
Don't even ask, Mia. It was a nightmare. I've been working nonstop, trying to meet all the deadlines. I barely had time to breathe.
I'm so sorry about that, James. It's just that I feel like we're drifting apart. We barely see each other anymore. And when we do, you're always preoccupied. I can't remember the last time we had a proper dinner together.
Well, what do you want me to do, Mia? Starve to death? You know we have bills to pay and responsibilities to fulfill. It's not like we have the luxury of taking off and enjoying ourselves. Wow, the hurtful sting of his dismissive tone echoed in my ears, and I couldn't help but feel a lump forming in my throat.
You don't have to give me such an attitude. Despite the long hours and endless deadlines I have to work for on my end, I still make an effort to be there for you, to show you love and affection, but it feels like you're pushing me away.
I really don't want to talk about this right now.
The room fell into an uncomfortable silence, the weight of our unspoken desires hanging in the air. I longed for the days when we would laugh and talk for hours on end. As we sat side by side on the couch, scrolling mindlessly through our phones, a notification pinged, grabbing our attention.
Oh,
His sudden utterance instantly sparked curiosity. Why? What is it? He furrowed his brow, peering at the screen of his phone before opening the mail. As he scanned the content, a hint of wonder crept into his expression.
escape to paradise free vacation to the Maldives.
What do you mean? Can I get a little more context here?
It's from my company. They're offering a free vacation to the Maldives for one lucky employee and their family, and I won. We're going to the Maldives.
My heart skipped a beat after he said that, a glimmer of hope flickering within me. Aside from us being able to escape from our responsibilities, I knew this could be our chance to reconnect as lovers. The Maldives had always been our dream destination, a place we had longed to visit together. I can already imagine the allure of pristine beaches, crystal clear waters, and moments of uninterrupted bliss, as if we are already there. That's incredible, James. When is it?
Let me check. It's tomorrow.
My excitement turned into a bit of a panic. What? That's so sudden. Are they allowed to do that? They should have given the prize weeks ago.
Don't be such a buzzkill, Mia. We don't really get to complain, do we? Just be grateful.
James got offended, but I do have a point, right? We spent the next hour planning, discussing all the amazing things we would do and the memories we would create in that tropical paradise. As the day drew to a close, our anticipation reached its peak. Bags were packed, passports were ready, and we couldn't help but feel the electric excitement in the air. Today was the day we would embark on our much anticipated vacation. It's a good thing I don't have to work tomorrow. I don't want to be the first person to pull the godsend blessing away from us. Little did we know that the joyous anticipation would be tinged with a touch of sadness. Just as we were about to retire for the night, the phone rang. James picked up the call, his face turning grave with each passing moment. He listened intently as a voice on the other end relayed distressing news. He ended the call, his hands trembling slightly, and turned to me. What's wrong?
Mia, that was the hospital. They said my mother's condition has taken a turn for the worse.
I'm so sorry about your mother. I'm pretty sure the doctors at the hospital will do their very best to.
Man, I've been looking forward to this vacation all my life.
I was taken aback by James's priorities. You would think he would be more worried about his mother, but no. He's more concerned about the vacation, which I understand in a way. It truly is an unfortunate timing. I tried to circle back to the more urgent news. James, I understand how much this vacation means to you, for us even, but please, think about your mother. She's in the hospital fighting for her health. We can't simply disregard her struggles and go on as if nothing's happening.
I know, but come on. Don't you think we deserve this? It's our chance. It's Maldives.
I know it's not an easy decision to make, but we need to put our family first, especially during times of crisis. Your mother needs us now more than ever, and I can't bear the thought of her feeling abandoned, even if she wasn't the kindest to me.
I just think it's a big waste of opportunity if neither of us could go there.
So you want me to go?
But it's my company though, and I really need this.
So you want to go? Who's going to take care of her, to be beside her?
Well, I was thinking that you could. You could be the representative of our family. Tell them I'm in a really important meeting.
What? You know she hates me. She would rather go to the light than be with me in a small room.
It's an opportunity to reconcile with her in her last moments.
She's your mother, James.
She's bound to die anyway. I would rather be in the Maldives than to sulk in a depressing room.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. James's selfishness and lack of empathy were laid bare before my eyes, revealing a side of him I had never seen before. I felt a wave of disappointment wash over me. Is this still the same man I married? The one I believe would always put family first? Well, that's a harsh reality check. It's a painful realization, but I had to make a choice. Fine. If you truly believe that a vacation is more important than being by your mother's side, then I'll take care of her.
Thank you. I knew you would understand. I'll make it up to you. I promise.
I braced myself for the challenging days ahead. I knew that this unexpected turn of events would test the strength of my character. I would have to face my mother in law's hostility, provide the care and support she needed, and ultimately prove to myself that I'm capable of standing on my own even when my husband left me to have fun somewhere else. And so I went. The hospital room was filled with uncomfortable tension as I attended to my ailing mother in law. My heart ached, torn between my duty to care for the woman who had never shown my kindness and the overwhelming exhaustion from my hostile mother in law and my apathetic husband. You think you can just waltz in here and play the caring daughter in law, don't you? You worthless piece of trash! Get out of my sight! She kept hurling insults and spewing venomous words in my direction. I took a deep breath and I tried to remain calm. I understand that you're upset, but I'm here because James couldn't be. I want to ensure you receive the care you need. You think I need your help? Get out. You're not wanted here. She began to hurl objects at me. I barely even saw what she threw, nor did I have time to inspect. I focused on dodging the flying projectiles and shielding myself. I was so scared and I felt alone. I wanted to run away and leave her, but that's not what my own mother taught me. My mother taught me to be kind, even to people who aren't. Then, in the midst of the chaos, a solemn silence enveloped the room. My heart skipped a beat as I noticed my mother-in-law's labored breathing. The hostility faded away, replaced by an eerie calm. Panic welled up within me as I called out for the nursing staff, urging them to intervene. Nurse, something's wrong. Please, we need help. The medical team rushed to the scene, doing everything in their power to revive the fading life before them. I watched, my heart in my throat, as they worked diligently to save my mother in law's life. But despite their efforts, the inevitable could not be denied. The room fell into a heavy silence once more. My hands trembled as I reached for my phone, my fingers fumbling to dial James's number. I needed to deliver the heartbreaking news, to share the weight of the moment with him. But to my dismay, the call went straight to voicemail, leaving me feeling abandoned and alone in my grief. He did not even update me about his whereabouts at all. Do I even cross his mind while he is in the Maldives? I paced back and forth, my mind overwhelmed with a mix of emotions. The phone suddenly rang. I immediately answered the call. James, thank goodness you called. I have some sad news. Your mother, she's...
Mia, I've been scammed. Can you believe it? I'm stranded here, and the vacation was a lie. I don't know what to do.
My breath caught in my throat as his words sank in. Here I was, grieving the loss of his mother, and all he could focus on was his own misfortune. I still tried to help him. James, I'm so sorry about the vacation being a scam. I know how much we have been looking forward to that. Perhaps report it to the authorities and see if there is any chance of recovering the money we spent. But right now, we have a more pressing matter to address. Your mother passed away, James.
What? Are you serious? When did this happen?
It happened a while ago. I tried calling you earlier, but you didn't answer.
I can't believe this is happening. We haven't even talked about the inheritance yet. Do we know anything about that?
I was taken aback by James's reaction. His apathetic and selfish attitude in the face of his own mother's passing sent shivers down my spine. How could he be so indifferent to the loss of a loved one? It scared me to think that he could treat me the same way when I'm old and on my own deathbed. My mind wandered back to the times when his mother showered him with love and kindness, always considering him her favorite son. I expected James to be shattered, to show some sign of grief, and care for the woman who had given him so much. But instead, he remained distant and cold, consumed by his own desires. How could you even be thinking about that right now? Your mother is dead. Please show some empathy and respect.
What do you want, Mia? You're just piling on to the problems I already have. Can't you see I'm dealing with enough right now?
He doesn't even know how traumatic it was to be in the same hospital room with his mother. Does he even care to know? He never once checked up on me, and he knows how deathly angry his mother is towards me. I'm sorry, James. Your mother deserves to be mourned and remembered. Right now, it's really scary how you don't even care a bit about her.
What is your problem? Maybe you're just bitter and jealous that you didn't get to go on the Maldives trip. Is that why you're making such a big deal out of it? Remember, it was a scam anyway.
This has nothing to do with the Maldives, James. It's about your attitude towards all the things that happen. Would you even call me if the vacation was not a scam?
You're such a crybaby. Fine, if you want a divorce, go ahead. Just another problem for me to deal with. I don't need you anyway. When I come home, I'm claiming the inheritance and I won't be sharing a penny with you.
As his words hung in the air, I realized that I couldn't continue life with someone who lacked compassion and failed to prioritize what truly mattered. I pushed through with the divorce because I couldn't bear the thought of being married to such a callous man. It was the right choice for my own well-being. Months had passed since that fateful day at the hospital when my mother-in-law took her last breath. The divorce proceedings were underway, and I had been slowly rebuilding my life, seeking solace in the support of loved ones and the strength within myself. James, on the other hand, seemed to be consumed with bitterness and regret. After the passing of my mother in law, James was left wondering about the inheritance. He called me, hoping to find some answers.
Hey, Mia, did anyone contact you about the inheritance? I haven't heard anything yet. They might have mixed up our contact numbers.
No, James, I haven't received any updates either. I'm sure they will reach out to you soon and you can get on with your life as a rich single man. Just as I finished the call, the doorbell rang. I went to answer it, and to my surprise, it was the executor of my mother in law's will.
Good day. Are you Mia?
Yes, that's me. How can I help you?
I'm here on behalf of the mother in law's estate. I have some news to share with you.
Oh, sorry. James is not here with me.
According to the mother in law's will, she bequeathed her entire estate to the person who, in her final days, provided her with personal care, support, and companionship. It stated that whoever this person is will be deemed the last caregiver and the recipient of her inheritance. We investigated and interviewed individuals at the hospital and discovered that the terms unmistakably points to you as the rightful and sole beneficiary.
The news somehow reached James, as he has been calling my phone relentlessly. He's probably hoping for a chance to mend our relationship or get a share of the inheritance, but unfortunately for him, I have already grown wise to his patterns of manipulation and insincerity, which is why I remain firm with my decision to move forward without him. The consequences of his apathy and selfishness had finally caught up with him. As for my mother in law, she probably never imagined that her inheritance would land in my hands alone. That's also probably why she tried her hardest to push me away moments before her death. With the weight of the truth finally lifted off my shoulder, I couldn't help but feel a surge of empowerment. It wasn't just about the financial compensation. It also symbolized a validation of my worth and liberation from the toxic dynamics of that family. Now, I know for sure that killing people with kindness is always the way to go.